everyone, welcome back. This is Angie with Ting's Treasures, and this week I have Anna's new front porch scene dies. So I just got this in the mail last night and I was tempted to stay up late and make something, but I waited till morning. So here she is. Okay, so here's your dies. You get your outer layer, your main die, and 1, 2, 3 cutting dies to go with it as embellishments for the front porch, the hanging plant, and then your window. And then you get the idea sheet. So there's 6 examples here, all done very beautifully. And then just your directions on how to put them through your die cut machine. So I know you all see these beautiful front porch scenes, and I do also. However, I do see something else, and I'm going to put a picture in here, and it's not going to be exact, and you're going to go, oh, why in the world would you think of that? But it is a Disney reference, and it is in the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. So I will insert a picture here, and then I'm going to go ahead and come up with a way to personalize it to this. And then I'm also going to go ahead and make a pretty version. So I'm going to put that aside. The other thing I did get was the everyday, I think they're called everyday postcards. I'm not sure. Hold on. Antique greetings postcard embellishment stickers. And what threw me off is, I know that's not what I ordered, but this is what it says, the birthday postcard embellishments. So I'm glad I got the right set. So this is the set you get. And I wasn't even realizing you're going to get all of these flower embellishments with it. And then these lovely postcards. So I did cheat last night and I opened these up to look at them real quick. So these are, you get 4 of each. This is loving greetings to my dear friend, thinking of you, sincere thoughts and wishes, wishing you best of luck, just a note to say hello, just pretty flowers, from a friend, some more pretty flowers, some roses, and we're going to be joined here by a friend. I'm sorry, I can't control him. It's my kitty cat. And then this last one with butterflies. Okay, he's in this box, so hopefully he's going to stay there. Okay, so I'm going to pause in the video, and I am going to put a few supplies together, and then I'm going to make a card or 2. So I'll be right back. Okay, let me show you what I have put together so far. So I pulled out a few things. So I'm going to do my back shadow layer out of this pretty copper. And then I'm going to do the main die. And I was looking through what papers I had, and I already had this in mind when I was thinking about it, is that, and I don't know about you guys, but, so I don't remember exactly where I got this paper. It might have been when I was in a design group eons ago, but I wanted to use this for the main part of the die, doing the cabin in the Disneyland ride, and I'm trying to think what that background is called. It's not a savanna, it's not a swampland, it's something, and I can't think of it. But this whitewash was actually kind of what I was thinking. And what it is, it has this really nice texture, and then it has a background, and then of course if you want to sand it, then you're going to get these colors to show through. And so I was thinking about one of these whites, possibly this one, because it has a brown on the back that would show through. So that was my first thought. And then I was looking at this one and saw this and decided on this one instead. I just felt it had more of a rustic feel to it. There's a darker version, and obviously these colors, but I'm choosing to go with this one. So I'm going to pull this one out. And then as I was looking what kind of a background I could put, I was again feeling some kind of vintagey, rustic type vibe. And I was looking through my Anna papers, and I can't tell you exactly the name of it because I don't have the card, and I noticed I have 2 sets of papers that I put in these plastic sleeves, but I don't have the card for them. But this was like the set, if anyone is interested, and I really wish I knew what the name was. Like, she doesn't have the names of the collections on here, just, you know, Anna Griffin, this is 2015. But I don't know if it was like haberdashery or like for the men, but it's a men's collection. So that's the collection of paper I got this from. So I thought these two would be really good together. I'm going to use some sparkly green. I'm sorry, I still don't have my voice completely back yet from being sick in February. This is going to be the hanging plant. There should be, I have enough to get 2 out of it. And then this will be for the little porch swing. And then I think I'm just going to use some of the copper paper again for the window. So that's my plan to start putting this together. And then I have another set that I want to work on. And I was again thinking this white wash would look pretty with it, doing one of the white ones. But, and actually that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to use this one. Even though it's orange, it kind of has like a pink hue to it. So I'm going to use this one for the background. Like maybe the shadow layer, I'm not sure. Shadow layer and or, well, for sure, the base. I'm going to do the base out of it. And then I'm going to fussy cut some pieces out. And what I have for that is some pink, some green check for the porch swing. I'm going to try really hard to get the roof out of this. And again, these are going to be the hanging plants. So let me start putting this together. Oh, and this is going to be the base layer for the card, so this will be my background for the pretty one. And then I'm going to use my little upright stadium storage just to put my essentials together so I keep them and I don't lose them on my desk. So I've been doing that for the last few videos, and that has been working really well. This is just a little generic paper trimmer for the small pieces. You don't have to get out your big trimmer. And then there's space to hold all your adhesive type stuff and scissors or my pokey tool. And I was thinking I might divide these up just a little just to make sure I don't like lose my things down in here, because then that would be defeating the purpose of having a little organizer here. But anyway, I have this set here and ready to go. I just think that's important to be able to work with your space. Okay, so here's my base for the card. And you know, I was thinking, in the picture it shows the old guy sitting next to the little shack type thing in his rocking chair. And I don't think I have a rocking chair that's Anna's or at all, to be honest, but I do have one of her sets that has like this little outdoor chair in it. So I'm going to see if I can find that, or maybe even look through my embellishments and see if I have like maybe a little rocker. It seems like there might be a rocker. I remember seeing it in her collections. I just don't know if that's one I have, but that would be really cute to put on the side. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see, but you're not getting very much dimension out of this, as much as I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and use this piece and run it through, and then I can fussy cut out some details on this so that you can see through it. So you can see more details for sure when you do it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut around some of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, let me show you what I have so far. So I went ahead and I just cut out this layer, and I used my X-Acto knife and just laid it against my cutting mat from Anna, and just fussy cut around all of these big spaces, just so that this paper would be able to show through more. Now I'm going to I'm going to cut out with the dies the window and the little plants that are going to hang here and the hanging swing, and then I will start putting it together. Okay, this one I'll have to cut out twice. I'm just going to send this one back through again just to see if I can get some more dimension out of it. It's hard to see against that paper. And what might be fun is if I could foil that. So I might see if I can foil this. Okay, I'm just going to glue this piece down. Okay, so if you have a cat, you know that it's impossible to craft with one and to control one, because he just got down and I have specifically a baby gate to keep my dogs and cat out, but he can go under. When he was younger, he could go over, and so there's no stopping him. So I guess everybody should meet Orion. Okay, so that's ready to go. And it foiled some. It will help. I mean, at this point I could have taken a marker and just gone in there, and maybe I'll do that. I think I have a gold marker somewhere. So this was a nice attempt. It kind of worked, just not enough for what I need here. So we'll give this little guy some foam squares and pop him up. And then just a little glue on here, but you can see how it's just kind of running. I need to clean out my tip. Okay, so make sure you get it going the right way. Some more foam squares. So what do you guys think? Am I nuts for thinking of this or even making it? I mean, this could be a nice manly card, right? Bayou, that was the word I was trying to think of earlier. It wasn't a swamp, it's the bayou. And then we'll do some more foam squares here too. I don't know, at this point I could have used this background layer to try and give it more of that rustic-y feel, but this is what I have, so this is where I'm going. Oh, and then tell me, how else do you guys see other designs? Do you think outside the box? Because I don't necessarily intend to, like, oh, this can't be this, it must be that. It's just what I see. And I do wish there was a faster way for this. Like there should be like some kind of tape runner, but it holds these foam dots instead. And if that exists, someone please tell me. Okay. And then I have these stickers. These are left over from the flower cart. So I'm thinking these white ones, because it's not very girly. But there is potential for vine hanging over in the bayou. So I'll go there. And then if we overlap it, that, and then just trim this. That, and that'll go like that. Okay, now we can put this on here. I'm only going to put a few squares on this for the moment because I want to look and see what other embellishments I have, and I don't want to keep you waiting, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I was digging through my stash, and no, I do not have the items I was looking for, so this is my backup. I'm going to pull the little dog, this little Frenchy dog, from the, I can't even read it, the canine stamp and die set. And I'm just going to use the die from here, and then I'm going to pull this little chair out of the tropical dies set, and then I'm going to die cut both those. Okay, so take a look at this. It's not exact, but I have a shadow layer out of this brown, and then I did find some wood paper, so I'm going to put over there. And then this cute little Frenchy dog. And then when I was digging through my stash, look at this, I found some alligator paper. What if we cut out just a few little squares of this and make up little throw pillows? I thought that would be adorable. So I don't need much. I can probably get like 3 little pillows out of this. or even smaller. We'll make it just a little bit smaller. We'll just put it right there in the corner. I don't know, I feel like I should go back and cut those and cut them in reverse so it sits like this. I'm going to do that. Okay, you guys, I went and pulled out my dies and here we have it. I don't know what to do for him. Apparently he wants to be in the action, so go on. So I'm going to cut these again, and I'm going to cut them so the paper's upside down so that the image will reverse, just in case you haven't done that before. Okay, so now you're going to have the image facing the correct way. So it'll go over here. And then I'll just save the other piece and I'll, put it on the inside of the card. And if you've been to both parks, at Disneyland and Disney World, they don't have this scene at Disney World. But this is the scene that's right across from the Blue Bayou restaurant that's on the inside. Ooh, you know what would be fun with this too? Would be like a little banjo. And I don't have the music set, but I have a feeling she doesn't have a banjo in the music set that she has. Oh, and look, we can use this other little alligator guy as a little throw pillow right there too, don't you think? Maybe. Let's see if we kind of cut it at an angle. It's kind of sitting there. I don't know if anybody else will get the reference, but I know it's there. And then like a nice shaggy dog would have been good for the front. But even like I was going through the pet set that I do have, and it's just the card toppers, so it didn't even have like the individual pets. So I think I have a cloud die. I might cut out a cloud die, and then I just need to find a quick sentiment for in here, and then we'll see if it needs anything else. So let me look for that. Okay, so let me show you this. I was going to cut out some quick clouds. So a while back I ordered these. They're sketch art clouds from Joy Crafts. And I thought this would be a nice simple little addition to have to some cards. But every time I cut them out, they just fall apart in pieces. So this one, I'm going to try this. So before I remove the die, put a piece of packing tape on the back, and hopefully that will keep it together. Okay, so these are awful in my opinion, so I'm gonna say if you come across this, either I'm missing something or this just isn't cutting, literally cutting it, because there's just falling in pieces. And I don't think any of Anna's sets have clouds in it. If so, let me know. So I was going to add some clouds behind this, but apparently not. I know she does have a set. I don't know if it was one of the flower sets, like she did the flower cart and the wishing well and a few of the others. And maybe it was the wishing well that had some clouds in it, but I didn't want to use them all, and I already used a few, and I didn't want to not have any, so I haven't used those. So that's why I got this, and it's a fail. Okay, so let me see what else I might have. Okay, I've been digging through some of my stash, and I was looking for some embellishments for this. And I have Anna's, this is out of one of the flower sets also. And instead of gluing it, I was like, oh, hey, look, I think I still have these. So I pulled my Xyron out from Anna Griffin, which is eons old also. And I just thought I'd share a little bit of history here. So my plan is to put this down here. And then I was looking through some of the other embellishment sets that she has had over the years. And I'll show you here in just a second. So this is just going to go down here. And I pulled a few things out of this one. It's for the boys, die cuts. And I pulled a few things out of here that's vintage dad. So I'm going to pop this up. And I think for like masculine cards, it's still harder to do because feminine cards, you put a bow on it and you put a flower on it and somehow it's pretty and that's all you need. But for guy cards, you need a little more than that. So I was going to do congratulations, because I'm not sure what this is going to be for, but that, and maybe this one right here. And then I also pulled these out, you know, as maybe coins, kind of, it's not exactly pirate theme, but that was kind of what I was going for. So maybe these will go over here. And then I also found this barrel in the back. It was in one of the guy die sets. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up a few things. Here is what I have. I'm going to call this good. And in fact, I'm going to probably wrap up this part of the video here. I need to make a card base for this. And this measures 6 by 8. So this is a good size card. And then I'm going to make part 2. I'm going to make a pretty card. And then I will have a second video for that. So this is what I have. I hope you like it. It's a little out there, little unusual, I know. And as always, I'm going to wrap this up and just ask that if you like this, go ahead and please give me a thumbs up. It will help my channel out, and even share this out to friends and family who like to craft or like Anna Griffin. And as always, it is free for you to do, but priceless to me. So I appreciate you watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.